So the competition is you have a week to complete a space. That's not completely true. 3 8-hour shifts, I can finish a space from top to bottom. You don't get that type of time on TV.
I know you to be designer and builder. Most of us who are consuming the show are consuming you through the lens of this format where there is a contractor, which we call builder at times, a contractor, and then a designer, and you are casted as contractor.
Correct.
What is it like in your, I guess the way I would ask this is, as someone who is designer and contractor in your personal business, how does that translate for this experience?
First thing is it's really hard to diminish a side of me when I show up fully in my business in pretty much everything else that I do as designer and builder. With this opportunity, choosing a partner to accompany me and she's taking on the lead design role was tough for me in some instances, but once we settled on our design aesthetic, it was easy for me to then relinquish like that, let's say, ownership, because Coral Cove became a Caribbean island escape, which is not necessarily my wheelhouse or my expertise or anything like that. So partnering with her, I was almost in the sense of taking her on as my client. And so I was able to help design a lot of the elements, put a lot of my sauce on all of the elements that came into our house. But when it came down to the designer eye over my shoulder during filming, that was extremely, extremely tough.
Yeah, I'm going to take this in a different direction, if I may. Yeah, you can say it.
Yes, you can say it.
So you see, I paused to know that it was okay, but you don't know where I'm going. So when I think about this, there's an interesting parallel, and we talked a lot during this journey in those small moments or whatever the language was that I got to speak to you. We talked a lot about what partnership is. And when I think about a uniqueness in our own partnership, I'm seeing a parallel in the partnership with you and Shalon. So it is, and you said the word diminish aside, right? And that, I hate that you felt like that in that moment. I hate that, and again, it does not mean that anybody else placed that on you, but it's like, I've got to do less of this or be less of this because I have to flex into this. And the parallel that I'm drawing is in our own relationship. Like, it's funny enough, Liz was drafting our roles as we enter this series, and one of her roles that she listed for herself was creative direction. She said creative director, but I read on the paper it said creative direction. And I'm like, well, wait a minute now. Like, creative director is like, you're stepping in my lane. And in our own relationship, right, both of us being creative, and this is not to center me, but it's another thing where it's like, hey, we both can do a thing. We approach it differently. And when do we flex into who's prime on doing this thing that we have? So it's even funny in a similar way. We talked about this as I see you on the show saying, oh, I'm going to paint this, I'm going to do murals. And I'm like, now, wait a minute now. Like, in this house, like, I'm supreme artist number one. Like, you can have some other, like, art, you're stepping in my lane now.
Yes, sir, of course, yeah.
Truluck art is not Truluck's art, it is Truluck art, this one. But like, what's that like, just so reflections on the parallel and the partnership aspect and the stepping up or stepping back of certain parts of your roles?
I did talk, when I said diminish, it was in a part of like, they would not allow me to stand in that role.
They being like producers, showrunners.
Yeah, showrunners, producers.
And so follow-up question, this is for context probing question on what you're saying. So they wouldn't let you, meaning, did you have, because you said you put your own sauce on things, which are design things, right? But as far as how you present it on television, Correct. It is, that cannot be like, you're not a thought partner in that, you were just an executor, but that's not actually what was necessarily happening.
Correct.
As you all partnered.
Yeah, so case in point is you'll hear Shalon ideating our design every single episode when that wasn't the case all the time.
Okay, and so when you say ideating,
she literally says, we're going to
Got it.
And in episode 2, we're building a wave wall, and the initial design idea is to create a dimensional headboard.
Okay.
And so that's when you see me step into my design.
So you said, let me show what I can do.
Yeah, my design expertise, and say, let me help elevate this design idea. Is the time when I've only seen it once so far, in when they allowed me, or they really showed how it really truly transpires within our relationship.
And that was happening at other points on the show.
Correct.
And then there were, I would assume, obviously, many points where it was like, no, this is your designer is coming up with these ideas and you are just executorial in that aspect.
Yeah. Throughout the entire home, I helped select the tiles. I helped select flooring colors, the exterior colors. I had 99% support in all of it.
Now I will get, I don't really use these terms, but I won't say I'll get, it doesn't even sound right coming from me, but I'm going to get all in your business, and you share what you want to share or allowed to share. What's comfortable, we can cut whatever we don't want to. We own this footage and content.
That's fair.
So what things did you not have input into?
The coconut wall in episode 3.
Well, let's just pause. Kitchen. Let's just pause for a second. You got 8 episodes on TV.
Yeah.
16 if you count the same 8 in Canada. That works. That are differently. Yeah, they're different.
Which are different.
You're on IMDb now.
I'm on IMDb. I have my own.
Pulled us right out of the mess.
If you click, it's interesting. Maybe I should go and add a picture.
You have internet haters?
I do. I have at least 2.
We don't need to go into it because what was my advice?
Don't read them.
Just cut out.
Yeah. I have no desire to engage or to. It is interesting to see how much hate is in the world, though.
So that's where I'm going. Think about what Pastor Trevor said. Our pastor's name is not Trevor. Our pastor's name is Torre. It's an inside joke where our cousin, whom some of you may know, does not know our pastor's name. Love her to death.
God bless you, girl.
So Pastor Trevor, what did he say recently about the digital identities, as I'll call them?
He basically called them like, he said you took time out of your day to come and attack me. And he was like, when I go to your page, you got no followers. You have no backing to kind of substantiate. And he's like, forget him. Don't worry about him. And
so
all of that.
Yes to all of that. My takeaway was, I'm pretty sure close to verbatim, he said, that's the enemy. Like, that is literally a made up thing coming to whisper something. They have it's not about followers, you not having any backing. Like, this is a created, literally something created to aggravate you that does not matter. It's not real whatsoever. It's just like a whisper.
Yeah.
Right? That's what these internet identities are nowadays. Or just miserable people and all that. But like feeding into that, and it's some of it is because you're just such a kind person. It's like, I wish that you were healed so you weren't like this. But at any rate, and that's me talking as you to the person, not saying I wish you were healed. But at any rate, it's like, you just can't read it.
Yeah.
You just have to like not feed. But IMDb, 16 episodes. It'll be on streaming. So you want to talk about that? Like how all the people want to see it on streaming and they can't find it?
Yeah, hopefully it will end up on streaming on HBO.
It's HBO Max now. They bounce back and forth. It was Max, HBO, HBO Max, HBO Go.
HBO Max. It's on season 1 and season 2 are on there currently. So we're hoping, crossing our fingers, that once the season wraps, it goes on there. I don't know the exact timeline, and production will tell us.
Recognize there are a lot of cord cutters and stuff, and then it's on all the Discovery Plus apps and things.
Yeah, it's on HGTV Go at the moment. You can watch the episodes pretty in conjunction with them live. And I believe it's also on Discovery Plus.
Random question. Yeah. And we're going to get back into the things that you did not have input into. Coconut Wall was the last one. So I'm keeping this I'm tracking to it. Random question. What was the best thing you ate this week?
Branzino. Was that Sunday?
It was Sunday. It still counts today, Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay.
On the grill. Grilled outside. On the grill.
We eat Branzino every Sunday,
We eat Branzino
which was a big issue in that 8 weeks of not having Branzino Sundays. That was when I started feeling like the first couple of days, I'm like, I got the house a mess. It's amazing. Like just being a dog kicking. And then it was like, all right, it's Sunday. Something's weird here. Like getting ready for the next week is off. Our traditions are off. Like we should be sitting down with our whole fish, saying good prayers, reiterating the word that we got earlier that day. Like I was going to church by myself for that 8 weeks, and I went mostly the entire time except for like once or twice when I had to travel on a Sunday to work for work. But I was thinking, like, are the people at church gonna think my wife left me? Like, just show up, like, because
we are on camera a lot. The camera guy catches us a lot.
So I don't know that we're on camera. I don't know where that stuff is stored because we don't watch it, right?
You praise and worship, and then you come out of praise and worship.
You open your eye and it's like, oh,
he's standing there looking at it. I'm like, oh Lord.
And this is just interesting in general about, like, you know, maybe that prepared you to be a TV person.
Nothing prepared me to be a TV person. Let me just say that.
But
go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about the fact because, like, that sells a very different or paints a very different portrait of the church that we go to. Then it's like, and that's the only thing. You're like, yeah, it's odd. Like, and you get used, but does that happen?
To it.
You're not.
No, I don't like it. Who am I tell? I can't tell anybody.
What do you mean?
If I'm like, hey man, don't record us, like, or me rather.
So you want to give the reverse NDA of like, hey, my image and likeness, like. I don't want people seeing these gobs of tears coming down my face.
I'm always crying during praise and worship, but whatever.
You always crying on the show too.
Yeah, I am. Which they didn't show a lot. I cried
through 4 episodes.
Every episode.
Okay.
Pretty much every episode.
So this is interesting. Then can you talk a little bit about the edits between Canada and the U.S. and specifically what I'm curious about, because I really don't think that people have the conception of it's already aired in Canada. You've seen it all the way through, and you're realizing that it is edited differently for American market audience.
Yes. So one episode in particular, Shalon and I have an argument over our very first solo challenge. Episode 2, we're finally in the house, starting on the primary bedroom, and we're discussing the wave wall. And I map out the wave, and we're spending... I felt like it was an eternity because it's a time challenge. We're on day maybe 2. We had already started the bathroom. I already did the arch niche in there for the tile work. And we move into the bedroom to start the wave wall. And I'm sketching it out. And she comes and has her input. And then we go back and forth about the input. And I get frustrated. And I'm like, we're wasting a lot of time. And literally she draws over a line that I had drew, and that was the last straw. And so
that was the last draw.
Literally. It was not the last straw, it was her last straw. I then draw it again in permanent marker. And
another parallel here, just being a word nerd, you went from that was the last straw, I said the last draw, y'all drew straws for you to get the penthouse joint. Just saying.
A lot of parallels. We'll title the episode something about drawing something.
Which is Philly slang that you don't understand, but we'll talk about it later.
Well, LeBron's there now. He can...
Look at you knowing some pop culture. It's all my husband's been talking about.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so the argument.
The argument is, in my mind, it was very explosive. I felt like I turned red. I felt like my head spinned around, and I really yelled at her. And I didn't. I held my composure, and I calmly explained to her, like, we're wasting a lot of time. We're in a time pressure crunch, and I have to complete this thing, so let's move it along. The edited version from Canada is completely different than the US.
In what way?
The Canada version is more, let's say, is very short. The instant is very short and not as detailed or extreme. There's not a lot of back and forth in the Canadian version versus the US is like Shalon, Liz, Shalon, Liz, Shalon, Liz. And it's showing more of the actual argument that transpired. Like they wanted to see more drama in the US than they do in Canada. So that's one of the prime things I noticed.
So do you think, this is interesting. So do you think that the American audience broadly is looking for something different on HGTV than a Canadian home network audience is?
Yeah.
And what do you think that may be?
So I will say, I know you tell me not to read the comments, but
I advise you that it's
advise
unwise.
Me not to. The Canadian audience didn't really like our house because it's so vibrant, colorful, forward in
it is specifically for somewhere that is many hours
specific
south.
To
the Bahamas.
The Bahamas. and a lot of Canadian viewers were not fans of it.
Mm-hmm.
The comments totally change and shift. Scott McGilvray puts up a post.
Change and shift in the U.S., you're
In the
saying?
US.
Okay.
Scott McGilvray, the host of the show, posts each of our houses or each of the rooms every week, post episode.
Mm-hmm.
And goes slide 1, slide 2, slide 3. Each house is a slide.
So 8 slides. Oh,
Four
slides.
4 slides of the same room. Slide 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the people vote below. And we would never really get votes. And in the U.S., we get votes now.
Okay.
And it doesn't matter now the show's over.
Yeah,
but it's interesting
some of that is
to
about.
see.
So this is important because I don't think we all have an appreciation for how winners are selected. We see judges, but I just mean show winner, and again, not to disclose whether or not you won. Show winners, how is it? So, sorry, where I'm trying to go is you mentioned voters on Instagram, I believe is where you're saying he's posting. But those voters are not what's selecting whether or not you all won, right?
No.
It's just
the show
it's just kind of fan favorite, fan
correct.
choice stuff.
It's fan choice based on what they saw on the show.
Just for social media purposes.
Correct. The show is judged and selected by Scott and Brian.
Can you talk about the? I'm sorry, but just think this would be really interesting. Can you talk about Judgment Day, for lack of a better term? I don't know what it was called. What was it called?
What was it called?
So
yeah,
this is interesting, and I do want you to talk about that. But we recently talked about how it should not be difficult at all for you to get judged by these judges, because you live in a home with a person that was critiqued every day by mean high school art kids, and like.
So was I in college, and it just hits different. And Brian came into our house one time and said, "Why are you nervous?" I said, "Because I'm on TV." And he reminded me, like, "You're not on TV yet. We filmed this a year ago."
That's real. That's real though. Like,
so
hey,
that humbled me.
You're
really
not on
quickly,
TV yet.
And it helped me shift my perspective really quickly and say, like, forget about that. Perform here where you are. Like, what do you say? Like, be where your feet are.
That's not mine. It's borrowed from Audrey. But yeah, be where your feet are.
And that really helped ground me and forget all the other stuff. But being judged and critiqued on this stage felt completely different. Yes, I'm being critiqued by 2 leaders in the TV renovation industry. That I'm okay with. What I wasn't okay with, the knowledge of it then airing on TV and my clients, potential clients, seeing like, oh, she does shoddy work.
And it wasn't shoddy work, though. Explain what shoddy work really is. Or what are you calling, like, what is that? Because this is back to your personal standard of excellence that I think needs to be explained.
Yeah. I mean...
How much time did you all have to complete a thing? Let's call it that. Let's start there.
So the competition is you have a week to complete a space. That's not completely true. We have a calendar week, but we don't have a calendar week time. We don't have 8 hours a day to fully commit to working.
Which would only be a 56-hour job if you did in 7.
Right.
Yeah.
I can finish a space by myself in 3 days. 3 8-hour shifts, I can finish a space from top to bottom. You don't get that type of time on TV. You are pulled away for interviews.
So just let's go raw math. Like,
okay.
So 24 hours in total. 3 working days at 8 hours a day, 24 total hours to get a job done.
Yeah.
Typically for a space.
Yeah.
And you're saying
that's not including like design, curating, sourcing, all that, but actually implementing and installing
from the start for the build.
For the build, install.
Material being loaded in.
Yep.
Drills, hammers, things go in.
That includes unload and then prep the site and install and leave.
And how much time were you all having to do it, if you're allowed to tell, right? But like, I guess the high level, without saying exactly how much time, what I'm gathering is you do not have the same amount of time to get these things done, and you're adding other tasks and pressures.
Other pressures, other circumstances, other levels of... There's more than just me on set. There's more than just me and my designer. It's my field producer who's there with my cameraman in our house at all times. Then there's probably about 6 or 8 other cameramen who are in each other house.
And then they're close on you trying to get stuff while you're working. Think about
Yeah.
that, like the scrutinizing eye all up
Yeah.
in your face,
Yeah,
in your space.
while I'm trying to figure it out in the moment. Most of my Instagram videos, you'll see they're time lapse fast. I do slow down and explain things on my stories and things like that sometime, but the time when I'm ideating and thinking things through and trying to work through the process, the cameraman is right there watching you. I feel like the kitchen episode, I screwed something in just to test it, and that's the shot they used. And I'm like, ah!
So I think it's also interesting to speak to challenge, and you are speaking to challenge, actually. You're talking about how you were challenged while, and this is outside of the show even, but a part of your process is figuring out the challenges that you're faced with as you're installing something. So it is not always perfect.
No.
It looks perfect in the end, but you're figuring things out. And then to have someone looking at your work in progress, right? And to look at you trying to figure it out, I think that's extremely interesting to know that while you are Superwoman, Superwoman still has to train. Superwoman still has to figure out how you're going to fight this battle in front of you. You know you are going to win. You just have to develop the steps in the battle before you get to victory, but you know victory is yours.
Yeah.
And that's the word, right?
That's good.
And the other side of challenges, quite literally, you all were being challenged amidst I'm trying to screw this in. I'm trying to anchor this and level this thing off. And come outside. You got a box out here. So like
literally that. And then you're thrown into another challenge at that time, and then they're calling you, say, hey, you got 15 minutes until you need to go run and do an interview.
So it's disruptive.
Very disruptive. Mm-hmm. You don't have continuous time. And in that time, when you put your tools down, one of the cast care, one of the other crew cast people or who come to help us maintain our work sites, help try to swap out your batteries for your drills and keep them charged.
Which sounds kind of nice, though.
It is. It is.
It's like a pit crew.
Yes, exactly that.
Mm-hmm.
But when I come back to that place, that thing's not there anymore. It got moved. I got to go then and find another thing. I'm not working with my tools that I've procured and bought and spent time learning and understanding. We had a whole nother brand I'm not familiar with working out there, different sponsors and different tools, and not every drill is made equal. And the time it takes to run from your house to the garage to go get something else.
Let's air that out, because what we also want is the sponsorships. Not every drill is made equal. So if you all are looking to find the superior drill and place that drill in Elizabeth Truluck's hand, we have opportunities for you. Let's be very clear.
I do have some preferred brands, but I'm willing to test out and to see what's out there.
Yeah, and you heard it from an HGTV star.
An HGTV
Let's continue.
Who uses international tools now, apparently. Yeah.
And building to various standards. I think even that is interesting and important to note. So when you say international tools, even in this most recent episode, as we stand today, we're right after episode 4. And depending on how this is clipped up, you may hear different pieces at different times. But after having seen episode 4, there was the moment where they tell you all to build a bunkie. And you're talking about international tools, but even the terminology doesn't translate. So
Correct.
Talk more about building internationally.
Yeah, so one of the big interesting parts of building internationally was finding the same materials from my Home Depot here, finding it in Home Depot there. Mm-hmm. It's like, no, I use this particular brand of wood or this particular grade of wood. And they're like, oh, we don't carry that here. Mm-hmm. Or we do, but it's different. Or we do, but that's over your budget. We also have to stay within budget while we're there as well. So
and shipping and logistics were different. You mentioned
shipping and logistics were different.
Amazon.
Amazon took 2 days. There is no Prime. I mean, there probably was.
Prime used to be 2 days. Like, I mean,
look
at what we just, like, now that we've got warehouses all over and depots and things.
If I order it before 8 a.m., it's here at 6. Like,
but 2 days was the standard at one time. Look at this immediate microwave world.
It is like that there. There are crews that go and gather your shopping list, and it's like, if I leave the job site on Friday night, and I'm heading there Saturday, I'm going to head to Home Depot on my way there to pick up what I need. And shopping online versus shopping in the store, I'm not allowed to go shop in the store for myself on set. That was totally hard. So different.
Was it like a whites only store? That's I'm just kidding. I was good, right?
It was. No,
I'm not allowed to go shop in the store.
Literally out. We didn't have I didn't have a vehicle to go. We just weren't allowed. Like they sent someone to do that for us. There was so much. I didn't drive for 8 weeks. They drove us around every single day, everywhere we needed
As
to
do
go.
I.
You don't drive me to work.
Okay,
But everywhere else.
anywhere else.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, and we had to go as groups most of the time, shopping on Sundays or gathering things. Like we had to go as a group. So to dinners, to meals, there was not a lot of alone time unless you're in your cabin.
All right, I got another pop quiz question.
Yeah.
You so corny for drinking while I'm about to ask the question.
I need to replenish.
No, I'm gonna wait till you're done sipping so I can ask the question. Okay, pop quiz question. Who has a more annoying code switch voice, you or me?
I would say you because I don't hear mine.
We'll put them on the internet and have people decide. I completely disagree. Yours is farther away from your normal voice.
Really?
I don't think mine is that far away from my normal voice.
Yours is more chipper.
It's far away from my normal personality, not my normal voice. It's different.
Yes. So wait, mine is further from my voice or further from my personality? Further from my voice. I'm fine with that. As long as my personality stays the same.
Okay.